You're now tuned into the voice of the streets and the soul of the city. It's the one and only Vero G. Born and raised in NYC's Lower East Side, she's not just a singer. She's a powerhouse, singer, songwriter, model, actress, poet, radio, television host, and award-winning entrepreneur. From heartfelt R&B hits like Addicted to charting collabs with artists like Cuban Link, Cool Breeze, and Dirty Promesa, Vero G brings passion, purpose, and raw talent to every beat. Let's welcome Vero G to the Ant Taylor Show today. What's happening, Vero?
I'm doing good. Thank you. It was beautiful. I appreciate it.
Yes. You got quite a bit going there. A lot of accolades I see.
Thank you. Appreciate it. I do something here and there.
So you wanna tell us a little something about you? Just give us a little rundown, just so the listeners that don't know who you are can get a little bit of a picture.
Yeah, definitely. To kind of sum it up, first, I am a recording artist. I've been doing it for like around, wow, it has to be like 15 years and plus on doing this. Prior to that, I am an actress, model, plus size model. I am also, I say other jack of trades, as they call it. Pretty much, I just sum it up. I've been in the entertainment industry for a little while with different types of titles and all that sorts and stuff like that. So it's a lot of work overall. Yeah.
Yeah. So how do you manage this? I mean, I've seen you online, and I see you do all these different things, and the management. Do you manage yourself, or do you have a team working with you, or how are you handling all of these different aspects?
Definitely. Well, I do have management, but for the most part, I do mostly everything on my own at this very moment. So pretty much, it's a lot to take in because it's like you got to get bookings, you got to like find ways to, get yourself situated for events and doing different serious, the other things that are like pretty much on your genre or things that you have to do out of the element with that.
Understood. So what got you into the entertainment industry?
Oh my. I mean, I got to go from the very beginning.
Let's do it. Let's take it back.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. I'm going way back. I would say honestly, it started at the young age of 7 years old, around that time frame. And I always say everybody has a calling in life. And for that moment, I definitely knew music was definitely a calling for me. And from that point on, my parents always was like playing music on the weekends. You know how we do on the weekends. You have to do the chores. So the music was already part of the whole routine stuff. And it just was like a passion. I started growing with it and learning more about the elements. Even as a kid, like just hearing the music, it just gave me like that passion, that moment. Like I really want to do more with this. So with that in mind, I later on was able to experience on my own in my junior high school 22 a school choir. And, we got to compete with other students at the time for different schools and we eventually won like the first prize for, it was like an anti-drug violence kind of concept. So it was really cool to experience that and see like the hard work we did, we got something out of it. So I was like, yeah, this is definitely for me.
Exactly.
So down the line, I was going to school at the time and everything, but then as being an adult, I wanted to continue pursuing it. So with that said, I was able to work and had the honor to work with Al Sharpton many years ago for the Change Choir group. And we got a chance to travel a little bit and, meet a few celebrities here and there and got to get the concept of working with other people and getting the elements of working in a group. So after that, I felt like it was a lot of going on because I was going to school at the time and I had to just focus on school. So I had to take a break from that. And but down on I just continued. Music was always a part of me. So with that in mind, I started, performing at open mics, showcases, all types of events in New York City and also in Tri-State area. And pretty much, yeah, we're here today. And I've just released numerous albums, singles. And actually, as we speak right now, I'm actually wrapping up my seventh full album, which we call My Anxiety. That'll be coming in the fall. And working on other singles and that sort as we speak.
Oh, that's beautiful. So how would you describe your sound and message as an artist?
I love that. I think, honestly, everybody's different. I respect everybody's kind of way of doing things as their artistry. But I think for me, the most part, I want the sound and who I am matches my personality with the music. So with that in mind, my sound is kind of eclectic, as they call it. It's more like I do a little bit of R&B, a little bit of hip hop, but more receiving of anything like R&B. So, Latin. I do mix a little pop in there. So it's a little bit of everything you can get into that point. In my music, I always want people to resonate with it, as they say, because of the fact that I want people to be inspired, with it, with different situations like domestic violence, other social issues I think we really need to embrace about. And especially in my platform as an artist, I really wanted to touch that with other people. So I think my music, if you get a chance to listen to it, you definitely hear different types of sounds, and you also hear inspirational messages with that. Is that?
Oh yeah, definitely. So I did get a chance to hear two tracks that you sent me earlier, and I liked them.
Thank you.
I wanted to know about the tracks. Like, what approach do you go with that? Do you write all your own songs, or do you collaborate, or do you have a producer that you say, "Hey, let's build on this idea together"? How does it work with you?
For me, it varies, but for the most part, every song I've written, it's original. So I usually go on the drawing board. I get a concept, I just brainstorm all together, and pretty much it. So I have a few producers I work with, but one of them who I worked for a couple of years now, we actually did a few collaborations as well. Big shout to him. He goes by Real Lyrics. His productions, called Real Lyrics Productions, and like I said, he's one of my main producers I work with various times. And then prior to that, I go with the vibe, as I say, with the music itself.
Gotcha. That's definitely a good way to do it. You know what I mean? And being able to express yourself musically is so important, and to be able to help others. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
All right. So we can hear that you're well spoken. I heard that you can actually hold a note or a tune.
Thank you. You're like, wait, is she studying? No, she could sing.
Yeah, I had to make sure, what I mean? I had to press play here. You know what I mean?
No ad-lib, not ad-libs. I'm gonna say, you know how certain artists they use it when it comes to the engineering part. A lot of people are like, oh, you use auto tune. I'm like, no, this is all vocals.
Yeah, no, I got you. Yeah, definitely. Because I hear it sometimes. Some of these songs I hear sometimes. I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, take it back to the drawing board and try again, because
Right.
revisit the drawing board till you get it right. It's possible, you know what I mean? So, hey, so what's something about the music industry that needs to be like burnt down and rebuilt to you?
There's a lot of things I could say, but I think the main one for me the most, I think, is people now are have a tendency to follow the same trend when it comes to music. And I think because I'm old school, so a lot of times music now doesn't really resonate with people for a long time. It's like music is constantly, it was something hot maybe for a week, then you have to drop another song to get the same kind of energy, saying kind of like the same kind of motion going with that. So I think for me, for the most part, for the industry, what should be changed in a way is to kind of have artists really go out their way, and not in a bad way, but I'm saying go out their way and really put the music out, but also, embrace the moment with the fans, embrace that with, radio promoters or program directors, and the songs, when it gets out and it gets played, not just do a rush job and then put the next project out, like give it time to saturate, because, us growing up, when we heard songs, they were like sit there for weeks and rotation.
Months.
And people loved it. Right.
Yeah.
And it was like, you even like now as we're adults and listening to like some music from the 70s, like the Stylistics and the Temptations, and the list goes on. These are bands that music was back in the 70s. It's like over 40 years now, and it still hits you. It still resonates with people. Like, this is wow. That's what I think we would need more in the industry, instead of it not being packaged a certain way now.
Yeah, we've all been turned. If you're a musician, you've been basically turned into a influencer. You gotta do it this way. You gotta do it that way. You gotta drop a new song every month or every week. You have to. So basically, all of these different platforms are making the musician run hard to facilitate the platform, not to really facilitate the musician's reach. They say it's that way. They say, oh, you keep doing this, more people will find out about you. But the platforms limit you to how much they show of you. And they want you to keep coming back. Spotify wants you to keep coming back, drop a new song every week if you want. You know what I mean? And it's like, how does people really appreciate music if it's made like fast food? You see what I mean?
Right, exactly. Yeah, and it's true because like even back then, like we were just talking about, like back then, our artists would drop something. I mean, like I say, the '60s, even the '70s, it was hot for a while, and people were like playing it and everything. And now everything is, because everybody has a short attention span and everything's so rapid. Things are being pushed like a machine. Everything's pushed in, pushed out, and it's not even giving people time to really enjoy it.
Exactly. That's exactly what's going on. You hit the hammer right on the nail with that one, because I've been seeing it, and I'm just like, you know what, guys, try not to fall for the programming. Try to, run your thing, do it your way, and don't let the programming that's out there take over music. You know what I mean?
So true, so true. And I do want to add also, because I kudos or give props to Rihanna. As you know, she just had her, I think, her third child. She's pregnant. Actually, she's pregnant right now with A$AP Rocky. And, she took a long hiatus, with music and everything. And she just released, she's actually in the Smurfs, I'm tired, Smurfs movie. She's playing, I think, the lead in the movie. And she made a song that just came out today, I think, or so, this week. And I just saw her numbers on YouTube. It got over 7 million views.
Just like that.
Alone. And mind you, she took remember, she said she was going to make an album after her babies. Then she just now is pregnant again. So it was like, people were like, what's up with the music? But I like her tactic, because she took a while. And that's a single she just released, and it's already going hot pocket. It's going crazy right now.
That's crazy. That's crazy. So, what's your favorite food?
Oh my God, where to start? I always say, well, I'm Latina, so of course I have to say my Spanish food, rice and beans and all that. But I think for the most part, I do love Italian food, hands down. I have to, yeah.
Let's go ahead and describe the ingredients on that one there.
Oh my God, where to start? Okay, like I love lasagna. That's my big thing, my go-to with that. Of course, spaghetti meatballs. That's like a classic, and there's different other dishes, of course. But like me, like for the Latin, of course, I have to say, what we call it pork shoulders, like menin, or rice with beans and stuff like that. Something simple like that, yeah.
Man, so is Vero G a cook?
Oh yeah, actually, I'm just right now cooking dinner, so I had to take a break.
That's you. Putting it down, doing an interview, talking, cooking up some food. You gotta go ahead and send your boy a plate. You know what I mean?
I'll see if I could mail it to you, so I'll figure that out.
Absolutely, yeah. Tell me about it. I'm gonna send an ice bucket over to your house or something. It'll freeze dry it or something like that. Keep it nice and frozen for you. So let's talk a little bit about when you make these songs. Have you actively been touring or performing your songs, or?
Yes. So well, actually, this happened during COVID. That was like my first kind of mini touring I did, and I took the initiative. I was like, you know what, people got home and everything. Let me just do my project and get it out there and try it, to put it out in different states. So I was luckily able to do that while I was going through that situation, and I completed at the time I think it was my third album. I forgot. I think it was one of my third or fourth. It was called third one. It was called Victory, and at that time we did like a small little victory tour, which we hit up upstate. We did a show up that way, and then we was gonna go to other states, but unfortunately, because COVID, we were like kind of limited, so we had to go back here to New York City and just go as many places we can to perform it, or do different things for the touring. But with that in mind, I definitely got a chance to perform a couple of songs from that album. And then as we speak now, I took a little break, but now I'm getting back on to, being in the scene with stages and that. So I just performed, I think around 2 Sundays ago, I performed in Brooklyn. I just performed last Friday in Staten Island. So I'm getting back into the groove performing and that sorts, yeah.
Excellent. So, you being an East Coaster, we're gonna pivot a little bit. There was a man who ran the city, and his name was Diddy.
Oh my God. Oh, that man.
You wanna talk about that a little bit? I mean, do you have any thoughts, or how does it affect the people out that way? I mean, I know he was a really big influence on, not only let alone the world, but New York in general. You know what I mean? Um, what's going on with his case right now is crazy,
Oh my
and
God.
and I don't even know if you have a perspective on it, but if you do, I'd like to hear it.
Oh, of course, definitely. I've been actually covering it on my show each week of that, and it's just been. I'll be honest with you, since the first day of the trial from Casey until now, the ex-assistants and people that used to work with him are coming out and finally exposing him pretty much. It has been nothing but a circus. I call it a Pandora's box because now everything that he tried to cover for many years is coming out. I personally, I commend Casey, or how to say her name correctly, but I commend her because a lot of people are joking, like, oh, she got around and everything, but she's been through an abusive, explosive relationship with this man. I didn't want to call him a man, but a person for over, I think, 11 years or something, 14
Right,
years or something.
right.
She's been with him for many years, and I don't know, she even hid it well because in the public, nobody even noticed this. So, with that said, for her to endure the domestic violence and the abuse and the freak offs and the list goes, and other people are not coming out from the woodworks. And I'll be sure is making a book about this, about Kim Porter and Diddy, the allegedly accusations about how Kim Porter died through the hands of Diddy and the scare tactics that Puff Daddy. It's just the list goes on. But I think overall, in the East Coast, a lot of people are now opening their eyes about him, and I think right now he's done. His career is done. His legacy is done. He's ruined because he had really destroyed a lot of people's lives.
You see, everybody, I got Vero G to cover a segment on my radio station for free.
Well, I'm honored. I'm honored. I'll take that.
My goodness, yeah, that guy, his goose is cooked. You know what I mean? We could definitely say that. And it's we have to see what goes. You know what I mean? What comes out of this, and before I have any final judgment or whatever, I'm gonna see what all the facts say. And right now, the facts don't look good. You know what I mean?
No.
So that will be that. And you know what we're gonna do really quickly, Miss Vero G? We're gonna get into one of your tracks and let the people hear, that goodness that you do.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
So welcome back to the Anthony Taylor Show. You were just listening to that good old Vero G. The song was called Brand New Me. Put your hands together for Vero G. She is still in the house with us on the Anthony Taylor Show. Miss Vero
Thank
G,
you.
what was the inspiration of that particular track?
It's a good one. I think going through various projects I work with Snarl in the past until now. I think this was one of the best projects I ever had a chance to put together. And the title of the song itself actually is the single for the album, which is also called Brand New Me. And this song, it entails of what things I went through in my past, with professional life and also personal life. And I felt like I wanted to finally come out in the sense of like a brand new me now as a new look in my life, in the sense of now a new chapter in that sense. Yeah.
Exactly. That's beautiful. The song is good, and so this particular song here, is it available where people can stream yet, or what's the story on that?
Yeah. Yeah, yes, definitely. It's available now on all digital platforms, from Deezer, Tidal, Pandora, Spotify, I believe Apple Music, and Amazon. I think Amazon as well. But yeah, those platforms you definitely, and YouTube as well. So you guys more than welcome to check it out.
So are they to just look up Vero VEROG, or is there another name you go by for your for that?
Yeah, they could just pop Vero G, and then if they need like the song, just put a Brand New Me. But it should definitely pop up automatically in the database, or we want to call it, definitely. Yeah.
Excellent. So you guys make sure you go check out that good music by Vero G. Vero, you want to tell them where else they can find you as far as anything else you might be doing, or social media?
Yes, yes. Okay. Also, I just want to let you guys know I'm actually officially in the I think ninth annual LDM Awards for nominee for the R&B song. The one is called Scars, and you guys can vote for me. I think voting is once. So if you guys want to vote, it's at www.ldmradio.com, and then you go to it has like different categories. I'm under the R&B one. And you guys just scroll down. My name is Vero G next to Scars, and you just click it and then submit it and spread the word, and I appreciate you guys voting for me. Prior to that, I guess I will be finishing up the seventh full album, which will be calling My Anxiety. That'll be coming out. I'll let you guys know more when it gets really close to the release date. Prior to that, the Energy album, the fifth EP album, will be coming out sometime soon as well this year. Prior to that, social media. Yes, you guys can follow me on my Instagram, which is at official Vero G. Also, you can follow my Facebook artist page, which is at VERO2884. My website is www.verogmusic.com. And pretty much that's where you guys can find me now. And then also, on YouTube as well. My YouTube channel is Vero G Spotlight Network. So definitely appreciate that. Subscribe. I will subscribe back as well.
Man, that was excellent. And you guys also should know something that we didn't tap on a lot today, that she is also a model, and the pictures are very nice. You know what I mean? So if you guys want some exclusive model viewage, she got some good pictures. Also, are you available for like shoots and things like that, or how does that work in your world?
At the moment, yeah, I'm available for bookings, for either photo shoots or for, hosting or for performing, either or. I'm down for anything. Yeah.
Excellent. And don't none of you guys call her up talking about this gonna be a good look for you, and talk about you ain't trying to pay, because people don't want to hear that. Right. Yeah, you do this for me, everybody gonna see you, and this gonna be a good look, and then it's gonna help your career. No. It's gonna help you not pay nobody. We on to y'all. All right. We been on to y'all, but now we saying it out loud. Don't call her talking about nothing if it ain't green and foldable, or it ain't cashable. All right.
So true.
So is there anything you wanted to say before we wrapped it up here?
Yes. I just want to thank you for having me. I truly appreciate it.
I appreciate it too. All good.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Definitely right now. Prior to that, I just want to tell your amazing, listeners and viewers as well, just to always believe in yourself. I learned that in years to come, going through what I went through personally in life, you don't ever let nobody tell you you can't. Even no matter how old you are, how young, no matter what talent you have, you don't. Just always give it a shot. You never know what could come out of it.
That's amazing, because it is so. I'm sorry. There we go.
That's okay.
It's so true that you want to just do, because some people will stop you from doing something. You never know how that could have went. So believe in yourself. Keep going. Make it happen, because it's right there in front of you if you want it.
So true. Yeah, definitely.
All right. So Miss Vero G, you're always welcome to come on through. You have my contact information. Whenever you have something going on, give me a call. We'll get you on. Or if you just want to come on and talk some, about what's going on, do that, and we'll make it happen. All right. I really appreciate it. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together one last time today for Miss Vero G. Thank you for coming in again, and I really appreciate it.
You're welcome. Thank you so much.